Yo, what's poppin', everybody? How y'all doing out there today? Before we get into it today, I want to give a huge shout out to the title sponsor of Caffeine and Green, which is 7 Seas Roasting Company, coming straight out of San Diego, California, my home roaster. What makes us so significant is that we're doing things that not a lot of people in the specialty coffee industry are doing right now. Well, that's right. We're working with coffees from Laos and Vietnam. Not only are we working with those coffees, but we're working with those farmers. We've been to those farms, we've helping those farmers, and it's really it's awesome. We're taking care of the whole supply chain. So not only the consumers are taken care of, but the farmers are taken care of as well. Now, full transparency, I am the head roaster at 7 Seas Roasting Company, but that's irrelevant because you know that the coffee I'm giving you is straight fire, yo. Now, if you head over to 7seasroasting.com, you hit that coffee tab, you're going to get a deal by using code C&G at checkout. Now, that deal is 3 bags of coffee for $30. That's a no-brainer if you really think about it, because that's essentially 2 bags of coffee and you're getting 1 for free. Because 1 bag of coffee is $16, and that's without tax. So, yeah, again, that's 2 bags of coffee and 1 for free. So, unfortunately, there is a caveat to this deal. There is no charity roast available with this code. So that's the Spikes Canine Fund and the Kaha Collective, but you have a variety of other coffees to choose from. You have your Peruvian, you have your dark Guatemala, and 2 versions of the Lao. You have the Setapung, and then you have our new Lao coffee, which is the Fodam Quan. So if you head over to 7seasroasting.com and you use the code CNG at checkout, you're going to get that deal 3 for $30. Again, that is use code CANDG at checkout, and you're going to get that deal. Now, my guest today, the Flowmads, coming straight out of Ocean Beach, California, and I guess Golden Hill, or Mission Hills, if you will. I don't know. It's San Diego, people. And I normally don't really do this. I usually kind of just praise the guests, but because I have them here still, I wanted to have them in the intro. Now, gentlemen, tell the people, tell the world who y'all are real quick.
Yo, what up? That's my brother Sis Flow.
And that's my brother Chauncey. And together we're
Flowmads. Yo,
yes.
Big ups. Thanks for having us, 7 Seas Roasting. We're stoked to be here. Caffeine and Green. Connell's the man. Check out the podcast. We love you.
Yes.
Once again, that's Chauncey.
That's my brother Sis Flow.
And together we're Flowmads.
As you can see, the podcast was fucking awesome. I really enjoyed doing it, and it from start to finish, man. I hope y'all enjoy this. And the whole reason they came out tonight was because they're gonna have a show in Encinitas on Thursday, May 16th in North County, Encinitas, California, First Street Bar. They're going to be performing, and I hope to see everybody there. If you're around the world and you listen to Caffeine and Green, hop on that international flight. Get your ass to North County, San Diego. And if you're in San Diego, get there. You know where it is. It's on the main strip.
Free show.
Free.
Do it.
99. Free 99.
Shout outs to On Point Promotions for putting this on for us.
Yes.
Shoot.
All right, y'all. Chauncey, Sis Flow, the Flowmads. This your time to shine, homie. Let's go. Give me caffeine and green. It's your boy Connor. What's good? Good. Caffeine and green.
What's going on? What's the protocol, Daddy?
And we are live.
Live, what is up? Aloha.
Sis Flow,
Live.
motherfucking Chauncey.
What is
the
live?
Flowmads have come back to Caffeine and Green. I think out of everybody who's been on the show in the 33 episodes that we've had thus far, now being 34, you guys have been on the show the most.
Gold jacket,
like
green jacket. Who gives
Dude,
a
cheers
shit?
to that.
Cheers, boys.
Yeah.
Salud.
But it is an honor, though. This show is awesome, bro. You know, especially like just
You guys were episode 5.
how genuine it is, bro. But like the episodes we were doing, it was at your spot, and now we're at this beautiful location, 7 Seas Roasting.
Yeah, dude, that's fucking
Man.
trip, right?
Got myself a little cold brew.
Dude,
actually.
yeah, you got cold brew now, which I don't really think you need personally.
I love coffee.
Based on how much
Ask
energy
anybody
you've
that
been-
knows me. I love coffee.
You
coffee
know what?
This, coffee that, coffee.
Some
coffee. I
people,
love to
caffeine
rap.
can make you more calm.
I can definitely
So
sleep. I can definitely sleep on caffeine.
That's
for sure.
nice. Well, because actually, as it turns out, with caffeine, it just tricks your brain into thinking that you're not tired. It's not actually not being tired. So it doesn't give you energy. It just makes you feel like you're not tired.
How do you know this?
I just read it recently.
I think that's bullshit. I'm sorry.
It's
I'm
not.
just calling bullshit on that
It's
because
not.
as a coffee roaster, sir,
It doesn't give you. It
Good
doesn't give you
sir.
more energy to burn.
good sir, as a coffee roaster, I will say, I can definitely.
Well, you could tell
Dude, we
it,
put the
but it's
camera
in your
front of him,
brain.
he
It's
just
in your
starts
brain.
fucking- no, bro, I'm telling you.
Listen, who
as
has
soon as
the floor
you,
here? I'm
dude,
confused.
You sit on the bar. And you take a bunch of espresso shots, you tell me if it's just your mind or your body is like starts to shake and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
Well,
Yeah, no, you're gonna
Right.
shake and collapse
Right.
and then pass out and go to sleep.
Well, it has to do. I think
you're
the
exhausted.
article was talking about how it affects your neurotransmitters and stuff, and it's a feeling of energization. So yeah, obviously that kind of translates into energy.
Energization.
But
Wait, what word did you just say?
energization,
Energization? Is that a word?
Energization.
Energized?
energization. yeah,
Welcome
sure
to
it is.
Caffeine and Green. We getting
It's the
energized.
noun form of
all over the
energize.
place.
I've definitely said this in the
All right.
past, and I definitely need like another person here to just Google shit.
Yeah.
To straight up look up
Mhm.
words. Be like, is that even a real word? Be like, nah.
Or the other-
Choreographing.
What?
I think that's something I heard back in the day. I wasn't sure if it's
But
real.
anyways,
These guys.
Okay.
Dude, why is my fucking mic all
but
fucked
actually,
up?
what brought me to that was because a friend of mine that I grew up with had been diagnosed with ADD or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And it turned out that coffee made him much more calm and relaxed and able to function, because what happened with like ADD is you have all this extra energy that's not expended in the right way, and then when you have a stimulant, it helps your body to just like actually more efficiently burn the energy in the right way, I guess, and then so the extra energy doesn't stay like where it needs to like zip out, I guess. It's that's my technical scientific
Me
explanation.
has
of it.
questions, my lord.
I don't know. What are you saying over
But
there?
I just no.
It's
I mean,
kind
it
of-
makes sense. But
it's
I
just
would,
very-
I would argue: is he drinking a dark roast or a medium?
He's
roast
drinking
or
a
light
booch
roast?
craft. That's what he's drinking
It's a-
right now. That's what he's drinking right now. You're drinking the only cold brew in the
Methinks is
building.
correct, my lord.
Dude, you're on another. Dude, you were definitely the last time you were here. You were not this energetic. You were super mellow.
What
last
is
time.
energy, bro? Low energy, high energy. It's all the same thing. It's just you gotta get in where you fit in, bro.
What are you even
Too
saying
short,
right now?
bro.
Gold jacket, green
Yeah.
Yeah,
jacket.
whatever, right?
No, you're right.
Alum.
You're right. I think it's just also like part of the mood. I think right now is an exciting time for us, because we got all kinds of new music already registered that's going to be coming out. We got some shows that are coming up. We've got like just a lot of stuff going on. Last time we were talking, we were kind of like in the process, and it's crazy. It's a long process when you're listening to the same song over and over again, So the energy was different, but it wasn't bad. It was just like, okay, we're working on this stuff and
in the grind.
Yeah, and we're
In
really
the
happy
grind.
to be
this
here.
is-
But now it's just all like, holy shit,
now-
I'm about to
yeah.
blow. Holy shit, I'm about to blow like a volcano. It's better sis flow. Oh,
yeah.
You know
yeah,
how it
yeah.
goes.
What? Dude, but the, wait,
808.
the real quick, the first time you guys came on the house or came on the show was when you were at my house, and this is more the vibe that you guys were on when you first showed up. That was the first time I met Chauncey. You just fucking, we're going.
And if
son.
you think
We're
about
to
that,
get it
that was
going.
right when we
Yeah.
were releasing "Seen the Light," So that was fucking
No,
dope.
that was Triumph, bro.
no.
No. Yes.
Yeah, we had
No.
release
Dude,
Triumph.
You had
He's
release
right, he's
Triumph.
right.
No, I'm telling you, it was.
I
Dude,
am right.
it was
you
on-
are
we
wrong.
just-
we were
Listen
just
to
about
me
to release
singing
Sing the
my
Light.
song.
No,
And
no,
then he
bro.
did the
I was
rap
just
part.
No,
at
that's the time when you were here.
Stagecoach.
Listen. This is when you guys came here. When you guys came to my house, Seen the Light, what you were like, yo, we're about to drop it. Because when we were talking,
Exactly.
you were saying,
So
you
that
were
was
saying
the
that
energy. We're
Shine,
like,
that
yo, we're
Sean
super
Kemp-
excited because we're about to fucking drop this song.
Yeah.
Seen
But
the Light.
Seen the Light didn't drop until after the second one.
After
After after we redid the podcast.
Yeah, because that was like a week later.
It
But
wasn't a week later. It was definitely like a couple weeks later. It was like a month later.
you're right.
Well,
Yeah.
whether it was a week or a month later, the point is that like we were still pumped because the song was coming out. We did that song.
We were
did
on
the
that
second
Rise vibe,
podcast.
and then
we were more on like the grind of trying to book, and because if you
Yeah.
recall during those podcasts too, you're like, when are we gonna see you guys? When are you gonna see?
When are we
you
gonna see the
again?
live
We're
shows?
Like, we're in
Yeah.
the process, and that was fucked up because I swear to God, I got in touch with at least like 200 venues, and none of them really answered back. And the ones that did, they were answering saying, "Oh, we're full," for
We're
the whole
booked.
summer. So it was really tough. And I don't mean it's fucked up, like shame on the venues, because I know
Yeah.
they're busy. It was just, when I say it was messed up, it's messed up in a sense where like you're trying to like achieve something and you're not looking for handouts, you know, but you need like a little help. You need to start somewhere, you know. So thank God,
foundation.
you know, yeah. So thank God for some of these people, like our boy James Deans, who's
Destructo Bunny.
Yeah, Sun Yoga. He's in this band called Roomy Depth. We've got a show with him in June on the 8th in Talent, Oregon.
Oh, you're going to Oregon?
Road trip.
Yeah.
Oh,
Flowmads road trip.
If you know Destructo, right, he's a Ocean Beach legend, you know, not only for being like MC and like having great songs and a great energy, but also being like a freestyle legend too.
Yeah, dude.
And actually on the 16th coming up, we got one of our buddies that's affiliated with that circle, the Atlantis Rising Circle. Oh yeah, May 16th.
Wait, you're jumping ahead. You're jumping ahead. Too far ahead, real quick.
I know, but
real
I'm
quick,
just saying though, I gotta give a shout out to those guys before I forget. Loch Ness, I love you, Loch Ness.
Okay, but real quick.
Arnie Palmer.
Real quick.
Holy moly, Apollo 8.
Okay. You good?
Don't forget the Flowmads.
Dude, yeah. The
Flowmads
that's
are
why
right.
you guys are on the show, because I told you that I wanted to have you guys back on when the shows were about to start popping, and you just did your first show, which we will get to in a second. But the main reason I wanted to get you on is because there's a show coming up on Thursday.
Yep.
Yeah.
May
So
16th.
today's at the 16th.
Yeah, I might have said the wrong date. It's May 16th.
May
This
16th in
Thursday.
Encinitas.
Yeah, correct.
At First Street Bar. Yes.
Jinx.
And I am totally coming to that.
Yeah,
and I
bye.
wanted to fucking get you on. Whatever we can do to help promote this show in Encinitas on Thursday.
It's a
Let's
free
get it
show,
out. It's a
so
free show?
if you guys are trying
Did
to
you say
figure
it's
out where
free?
about-
Chauncey,
This
did
is
you say it's
100
free?
No cover.
100% free. And not only that, we got some really dope acts kicking off the night with
$3.99.
us. All of our good homies who have different variety of styles. We really love them, and we're stoked. We got a lot of crew coming through, so it's actually just going to be a night of having a blast, basically.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
And it's right down the street from my house, so I'm definitely going to be enjoying myself.
Well, it's always cool when you do a show with like people who are talented, but when you get to do a show with like people whose music you respect, but also like you're friends with, it's really sick because it's not just all like, okay, I got to show up at this time, I got to kill it. You know, maybe stick around to kind of network and then bail because you want to go home and like do your own thing. You know, it's like, oh, okay, we're gonna kill our set, we're gonna have a good time because everybody else is out here. You know, we're all gonna stick around for each other's set. You know, because we want to show that genuine
because
support.
you got community that
You
comes
know,
out, and
yeah.
then you just have that vibe when you got the family.
It's a pretty cool
everybody's
circle. We're trying to get our boy Free Will. You know, Willie Morale.
Do I know him?
Yeah, of course you do, bro. He's our boy. He's one of Axe's best friends from White Kaloa. They like grow up together. He goes by the alias Free Will, and he's a shredder on the microphone. And I know you know him. If you run into him, you see his face, you'd be like, "Oh, Free Will."
Dude,
For
yeah,
sure.
I've met so many homies.
Right. And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You know a lot of people, you know, but
Yes.
he's a shredder on the mic, and he's gonna be doing the show with us too. He's gonna be opening things up, and then we got our boy Loch Ness from Ocean Beach, who's part of that Atlantis Rising crew I was talking about.
Sick.
And he's gonna be bringing up his boy Apollo 8, who I've known Apollo for a while too. He's a fire spitter too, and he's done some stuff. Whether it's been like
he's real big
Yoga
on the
Thugs or like
Yoga Thugs?
Yeah,
It feels like
dude,
that's
they
like
got
a
this one song,
oxymoron.
Colorado Avocado,
Yeah,
which
he's
is
dope.
fucking dope.
What is it?
Yeah, Colorado Avocado. Shout out to that song, and I'm a bass skater. He works with bass skater. That guy's dope too.
Yeah, he's dope. Apollo
These names are
Apollo
hilarious.
kills it on the festival scene. Like he's got a big network there, and he's just.
But Apollo was
he's
also
dope in different ways.
He was in another band too that
kinda
was doing
But
live
wait,
music in
but
San
wait.
Diego for a while.
I appreciate
think they're
all the
called,
other
like,
guys.
I think they're called Third Borough.
But when
with our boy
does your
Justin.
set start?
But then hold on. So then it's going to be Loch Ness and Apollo, and then our boys Arnie Palmer are going to be up to bat, and
Okay.
those guys are sick. Like they do like, you know, like a little bit of reggae, a little bit of hip hop. You know, like they put it all together. They can do acoustic sets. They can do live band. They do it all. You know, and they got a really good sound. So they're another squad from Ocean Beach. And
I'll be
then,
rep.
and then we're gonna be up to bat after that. So our set's probably gonna be like I'll say 11 p.m. is
Okay.
our set. Yeah.
So this is pretty much an
Doors,
OB
music
set.
starts at 9 p.m. So make sure
Yeah.
you're there before 9.
But this is like an OB set coming up to North County. Sounds like.
That's
There are
right.
A lot of OB dudes.
We stretching.
All right.
Yeah,
Extending
hopefully
the
we
reach.
could
We are
represent.
extending. Yeah.
It's all San Diego. It's all California. It's all planet Earth. Come on.
Yeah. It's
Get with it.
It's West Coast too. We
Get
got,
with it.
We got a lot of
You're
homies.
either with me or against me. How?
Yeah.
Shout out to J Rock.
Yep. And Kendrick.
We got a lot of homies in NC too, so we're gonna see some squad come through for that.
Dude, I hope it's
We're
just
excited.
fucking like so packed you can't even like nudge your way through. You just have to like, oh, I came in late and I gotta stand in the back. And
Those
that's,
shows
like,
are
I'm
awesome
down.
because
Yeah.
all those extra bodies add energy for sure, you know. But whether it's a packed house or not a packed house, like we're just super thankful to perform because I feel like we're at a time in our lives where we've had enough experience now to where like we just want to play as much as possible,
Yep.
you know, and every opportunity we get to play, we're super pumped about it. You know? Like we just we recently had a show at Moonshine Beach. Shout out to Moonshine Beach
On
in Pacific
Sunday,
Beach.
right?
Yeah, on Mother's Day.
Mother's
And
Day.
I was worried because it was
Madres.
like Mother's Day, you know, I feel like you just want to lay low with your mom, you know, maybe like do something, you know.
Well,
not-
definitely
not-
for breakfast or something.
Yeah. You
But
know,
the rest of the day is
you
good
don't
to go.
necessarily take her out to a show and party. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of cool moms out
I was
there
gonna
that be
say.
down, you know.
Yeah.
But the people came out, the moms came out, our friends came out, and it was sick. It was with.
Was it poppin'?
Yeah, it was with our friend. Andrew,
Tell me about it. Tell me
Andrew,
some
you know
more.
Andrew Ackerley,
Yeah.
right?
Of course I know
yeah.
Axe.
AKA Mr. Axe. That's
I want to
his
get him
DJ
on the show
name.
here.
Yeah, he's spinning up a storm. He was killing it. He opened it up, and then one of their band members, his name is Dylan Keave, I think.
Cowboy.
And he had a set, and he's dope, you know, like, I don't want to compare or contrast him to anybody, but, like, if you're into somebody like Mike Love, you know, you're going to love his set
Yeah.
because the music's different and his covers are different, but he does that same style of, like, looping in
Or
and
even
out.
or even like Tash Sultana, because he's just got the loop
Yeah.
set
What
up
did you
where
just say?
do you know who Tash Sultana is?
Tash Sultana?
Yeah.
I did not know. I
Ozzy.
just didn't understand what
She
you
just-
said.
Do you know who that is?
No. I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
Dude,
So
you
now-
heard
so
what I
there
was
you
listening to
go.
when you walked in. I was listening to Young Dolph. You know,
Do you
I
know
got,
Lil
like, trap
Nas
shit.
X?
Fuck that dude.
What?
Straight up. Straight up. You heard it here on Caffeine and Green. I ain't got no love for that fool.
No.
You can't name
Wait,
yourself
wait,
Nas,
wait,
bro.
wait, wait.
No.
I know.
Hell no.
But
Ain't no
that's short,
Lil
though.
Nas.
But
Ain't
you-
no Nas.
But you can't.
Hell
but
no.
you can't put
on,
hate into the
bro.
universe.
I know.
like
There
that.
ain't no. Okay. So I say.
I
will
got
put
my
hate.
horses in
He
the
could be at the
back.
very
Dude.
bottom of your list of favorites.
He's
I got
definitely
my horses
the
in the
last
bag.
person I will
Very
ever
lowest.
listen to.
Ain't
the
nobody
last person I
tell
will ever
me
listen to.
nothing.
Dude, my favorite rapper of all time over
You
all
can't
rappers
tell
is
me
Nas.
It's Nas. We talked about this.
Yeah,
I
we talked
think.
about this
Yeah,
last
Nas
time.
is dope.
Bro.
I know,
That's
but
number
but
one.
the thing is
You
that I
can't
feel like
call
just because
yourself
somebody
Nas,
has
bro.
that in their name doesn't mean you can't get mad. Like for me, like
I'm not mad.
Well, I know you're not mad,
saying
but
fuck
you're
that
like,
fool.
oh, okay. But the thing is, though, is that like then that kind of that ruins
It's
a lot
not-
of other
it's not for you.
arguments.
It's
That
not for
ruins
you.
a lot of other great arguments we had about hip hop because you're saying that like to keep an open mind and
This
there's
is
all
true.
this stuff
This is
coming up
true.
new.
You're very right.
And
You're
you
very
can't
right.
just shut it down like that. You can have your
Okay.
own opinion, which I respect. If you're not feeling them, that's fine.
I
But
think-
I feel like, and this is my own personal opinion, that he's a phenomenon. He only has one song, and he's never really performed live. And I saw him do his first live performance ever at Stagecoach. And
Was
that's
it
what's
garbage?
crazy. Well, like, when it comes to my actual critique of his live performance, I thought it was great because Diplo was his DJ. Diplo had all this great production going on. The
I
sound
mean,
was on
come
point.
the
All these people were there. The energy was great.
You can't see, but
So,
I'm
like-
jerking my hand in a circular motion.
So when you're saying that, like, was it great? It was like, yeah, everything was great. You could put any artist on there and it would have been great. You could have put
Exactly.
fucking Flowmads and we would have smashed
dude,
that
does
set,
Diplo?
you know?
Hell yeah.
But you can't deny the song either. It's a great song. So like when you
okay,
look at the
well, I wasn't
plays
gonna
on
say, I didn't say
Spotify,
about
it's in
the
the
song.
100 million.
I didn't say about the song.
So
Okay, real
Lil
quick,
Nas X,
real quick.
I want to work with you.
No,
you
calm
holler at your
down,
boy
calm
Sislo and
down.
the
I
I think
Wait.
there's two conversations,
Because
two arguments here,
the-
and because
I love your
Sislo.
song.
One
Hey,
of
Billy
them-
Ray
I
Cyrus, the
told him he
remix is
shouldn't have drank the
excellent.
cold brew.
one
Look
of
at
them
this.
is
No,
about,
everybody out there, if you're watching the podcast and you know about Lil Nas X, I
Why
want you
are
to
you
comment
talking to
right
the
now.
phone?
Because on
Don't stop
Instagram,
talking to the
I want you to
phone.
comment on that shit. If you're listening to it on YouTube, Twitch, whatever it is, right now I want you to comment. Is Lil Nas X the shit or is he horrible? You know, and give me your reasons
Okay,
why.
listen. I didn't say I
Can't
didn't like the
nobody
song.
tell
So
me
here's-
I didn't
nothing.
say I didn't like the song.
So now
Sislo,
here's
listen.
Kano's comment on that.
Listen.
Is he good or is he shit? And here's the reasons why.
I don't have a problem with the song. I heard the song. It's like a minute 47. It's super short. Cool. All right. The song is not bad. It's not a bad song. I don't even
strictly
have a
hating on
problem.
the
Wait. Yes, that's my point. You cannot name
That's why I think
yourself
it's
Lil
too-
Nas,
too-
bro. It's not. You're not even like to call yourself Lil Nas. You have one single, and this fool's been around. Like, if you're a true hip hop head, people who don't give a fuck, all right, I get it. You don't care. But as a true hip hop head, I can trade. Dude, I got a Nipsey Hussle tat.
Yeah.
I love.
I just
hip-hop.
noticed that, and I was gonna say that looks new because
Dude,
there's
yeah.
no hair.
Dude, but
growing
that's the
on
thing.
here.
Is like, bro, the thing about it is Nas has been tried and true. Like, he's on the 25th year. I'm about to go see him in Barcelona.
nobody's arguing that.
Wait. I'm just saying. my only qualm with Lil Nas is that his name is Lil Nas. But at the same time, on the same side of this argument, I just said fuck Lil Nas because I was just like, whatever, that was gut reaction. But at the same time, my actual thought about it is, it's not that bad at the same time, because people are going to hear Lil Nas and they're going to put in Nas accidentally, and then they'll come across some actual hip hop. That's actual rap. That's actual good shit to hear.
The thing is that the song's just a phenomenon.
You know
so that's what I was arguing. I was like, hey, for some reason it caught on and caught fire, and I was just saying that it was a good song. You know, when you're talking about his name, that's something totally different.
That's what I was just trying to say. It's two different arguments.
If you're arguing that, then that even becomes more fucked up, because that's not his fault. Maybe when you're talking about Nas, I believe his full name is Nasir, right?
Yeah,
so like
Nasir Jones.
So how many people are named that? How many people are called Nas for short? You know, like that's fucked up. If you're walking down the street and you're brand new, moved here from wherever, and your name is Nasir, and your mom is like, hey Nas, dinner's ready, and everybody on the block's like, fuck that, he can't call himself Nas, who's his mom call him Nas, he's gonna get a fucking big that. Fuck that name. Only one man can have Nas.
We need a person with a phone. Be like, how many people on the planet are named Nas?
Did you ever see that show on HBO?
A bunch are. It's like Muhammad is like one of the most popular names ever, bro. You can't stop
it's
that.
It's McLovin.
So the guy's name is, so when it comes to Lil Nas X, his name might be Nasir, or it might be some other thing short for that, and he's just Lil. It's like Lil Wayne.
Muhammad's the most commonly used name on the fucking planet. Read a book.
Bro.
But,
God damn it. I love it.
I totally can see both sides of this argument, where I also kind of side with Kano, where I'm like, yo, the name is kind of like he's trying to jump on someone else's success to have his name that way.
The coattails.
But that's what it looks like, and I don't know the background story. The only thing is I know that he blew up because he made a song that was a smash up of trap hip hop and country music, and he had Billy Ray Cyrus on the fucking hook with it, and the track is decent in my opinion. It's catchy on the hook.
No,
the
it's
rest
a good
of it
song.
is
it is a good song.
But he's right. I
Catchy.
agree with it.
That's
being
all it is.
decent.
To me, it's mediocre beat. It's like,
a
I'm a
turn-up
producer.
song.
I'm like, all right, cool. The beat's
What
not
it is,
great, but
it's
it's a really catchy song.
It's the
So it's
kick
pop
that they
music.
use.
Pop
It's
music.
that sub that they use. For some reason, like all the music that's on right now, you got to have something that bangs and that vibrates your lungs in the system. The kids want that. Everybody's familiar with that.
Because people want to turn up,
So when
bro.
you hear that song, right? So when you hear that song and you can feel that, that's what the people are into. Plus, it's different. Like how many times do you hear a super sick trap beat and like a country swag delivery on it? You know, when you listen,
Nelly and Tim McGraw.
kind of, but it wasn't as good as Lil
Dude,
Nas X.
I'm just saying, bro. That
was
shit
good,
back in the
though.
day, that was a
dope.
fucking banger.
That
That was
was a banger.
actually more of a country song because, dude, I have to say,
Right.
on this point, if we're gonna,
Because that was a country song with a rapper on it.
Exactly.
But what like
Over and
defines
over
like country
again.
and all that? That's why hip hop ends up being the dominant genre, because you can take all those genres and
'Cause
as long as you
hip-hop
put
is
it
always-
together and
it's
the
always a
heads
mash.
bobbing, that ends up
the
being
best.
hip hop, because hip hop is life. It's everything.
Exactly.
Well,
That's just
yeah,
like ball is
exactly.
always
life.
a
Well, I'll see you
mashup.
at the show on the 16th. You too.
Dude, we're not even close to being done. Right? That sounds like I was like, all right, we're peace, we're done.
Dude, coffee's wearing off. I'm starting to crash.
Dude, you have fucking like you've only drank like a quarter of that.
I'm gonna steal some from him so that we can kind of.
Dude, but on
Ding, ding, ding,
this
ding,
off.
ding, 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 ding,
on
ding,
another
ding,
point,
ding.
as a marketing person, I definitely
Marketing.
one thing I could say about what Lil Nas X did that was great. Whoever his marketing team was fucking genius.
How?
Because
I
of-
never heard of him.
No, listen, this is what
Well,
I'm saying.
I didn't hear
listen,
him until I was at a festival.
They had connections with Billy Ray Cyrus. They were able to put that song out.
It's
so
called
clearly
Money.
he had a big
it's called
team behind
Dinero,
him.
amigos.
But that's the
Dinero.
remix.
Listen,
he had
listen.
one
No,
before
no,
the
no,
Billy
no.
Ray
Listen.
Cyrus. That one has more plays than the remix.
Yo, listen.
You're damn right.
The person who was in charge of his marketing.
Listen, you know
said,
what? You sound like Ross Perot a little bit. Can I finish? Can I finish?
Yeah, can I
heard
finish?
I heard a
finish?
Let
story.
me finish
Can
the
I finish?
fucking idea. Let me finish my thought. The whole thing is that the fucking team was like, yo, let's get this country full on here, and then let's send it to all the country music stations, knowing they're going to be like, this ain't no fucking country song, bro. And they're going to be like, what? We're going to hit up all the fucking newspapers and all the shit that's on everybody's phone. And they're going to be like, they're not playing this country song because this dude, Lil Nas, had this blah, 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 blah. And
Lil
then
Nas
all of a
X,
sudden, people
bro.
are going to
Get
start
it
talking
right,
about
bruh.
it. They're going to start
Yeah.
talking about it. And look, it happened, bro. That's what I'm saying. Their marketing team was fucking genius.
Maybe they did do that, and for you to think that, I think is really creative, and I think that's an interesting way of looking at it. Maybe they got lucky.
I heard a story
Maybe
that
they put it
they
out
were
and
together
they were bummed out, like,
doing something, or like they had
No.
run into each other in the recording studio or something, and then that's where the idea was just organically generated. They're like, yo, what if we do this mashup of this and that, and then throw this rap like "Can't Tell Me Nothing" and all this shit. And
I got horses in the back.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, it was effective to get into people's ears, and that's basically what the goal for musicians trying to make a lot of money is. But
The story
you know what I mean?
on how it
Well, that's the
happened
goal, right?
would be interesting.
No, not for all musicians.
Not to make money?
It's the goal is not.
Well, the thing
The
is that
goal-
hold on real quick.
Hold on.
you're-
Let him finish his thought.
So okay, so you said the goal is to make I said musicians
to make money.
to make a lot of money. No,
Era.
honestly, a lot of musicians' goal is not to make
Era.
money.
You just want to put out the art?
Create the art, maybe
No,
make a
both
social
you
change and
guys,
difference,
bruh.
maybe do a lot of different things, help people. Maybe you just do it because it's your outlet to deal with anxiety or some other. There's all kinds of motivations to make art.
He's right
or do
that
things
there
like that.
is all kinds of ways
So-
for why you do it. But when you're asking the question, like, do you do it for money? That is a yes too. But
I
the
didn't
thing-
say it wasn't a question. It was I said it was a statement.
When you're giving that statement, though, both of you guys are right. It's just that it's the way that you're looking at it and what you're doing it for. The thing is that I think everybody, no matter if you're an MC or whatever, you would love to make a living off your passion. That's the whole point, right? Is that you'd
Yeah.
like to. So that's
Well, how you make a living? You gotta make money, right?
So in that sense, it's like, yeah, you're right. You know, we would love to make a living off of our passion, but whether we were successful with our passion or not, that's our calling. That's what we're gonna do no matter what, and we do it for different reasons. You know, even though me and Shanti have similar reasons for doing it, we're still individuals for why we're committed to our passion. You know, and what we do it for. So
Yeah.
when we're going through all this stuff, it's like Lil Nas, whether it was his marketing team or stuff like that, you know, it's just, that's a whole different conversation because you have the artist and you have the business, you know. Maybe he was just doing his thing and all of a sudden, you know, all this other stuff happened and you're right, he had all these people that planned out, holy shit, we're going to do this and totally rope-a-dope them and they're not going to know what hit them, you know. Or maybe they fucking were like, hey, we got this black dude that really thinks he's a cowboy, you know, and he's doing this country thing. We got this dope-ass beat, you know. Billy Ray Cyrus is just in the studio. Hey, man, he's got 100,000 followers or whatever.
Could just be one
We
of
can
those.
He
get
has
all
like
those
a couple
followers,
million followers.
you know,
bro.
Billy Ray Cyrus, he's trying to reinvent himself, right, or whatever. So he's like, hey, I can get on this beat. Like, there's all kinds of ways to look at it or how it happened, you know. But
We've gotten so far off of what we
Yeah.
should actually be
It
talking
we
breaks-
always,
about.
we're the
It breaks
fucking
my- it
Flowmads,
breaks my-
bro.
I don't give a shit.
Breaks my achy breaky.
Do you know who
heart
we
right
are?
now.
We're the Flowmads, bro.
Exactly. I don't give
I'm
a
not
shit
even
about
from
Lil
this
Nas.
planet.
I don't give a shit about Lil Nas. Let's talk more about the Flowmads. Let's talk about more about the Flowmads.
I came in on a jellyfish fucking UFO. Didn't you
Galactic jellies, bro.
see it?
Galactic
Hashtag jellyfan.
jellies. Okay.
Look that up. Hashtag
This is the
jellyfan.
time in the show where right now I want to fucking open it up to the Flowmads. You guys were talking all types of crazy shit beforehand, in a good way,
Oh, man, I'm
about
tired.
doing like,
I'm exhausted.
fucking
What's
you
that
are a liar.
sound? Somebody's breaking in the
No,
back.
that's definitely Swolhane. That's Swolhane.
Oh,
No,
no,
yeah,
that's
no,
fish
he's a-
fingers.
Dude, I hope
Holy
that's
shit.
Swolhane. Shit.
It's fish fingers, bro.
No.
Bird Box. Shout out
No,
to Bird
no.
Box. Sandra
No,
Bullock,
this
you're
is,
amazing.
Yo, real quick,
That's
real
your
quick.
best. I think that's some of your
Sisflo.
best work most recently.
Sisflo,
I
you
love it.
fucking-
Shout out to Dumpling too. You did a great job,
Dumpling?
Yeah. She was a Holly girl. Remember the big one? She had the baby.
Hey,
Oh,
Time out.
Dumpling.
Spoiler alert.
I know Dumpling.
Hide your kids. Hide your wife.
But dude, did you see that movie where she was a rapper?
Yeah,
Dude, that movie was hella
I think she's
sick.
a singer. Yeah.
I don't know if she's a singer, but she's a dumpling. I mean,
Oh, we caught up. Oh, man.
No,
that
she's
was
a
just
rapper.
a Freudian slip.
All right,
There's
now
no
we're
harm,
done.
no
We
foul.
just
There's
wanted him
nothing
to
but
say
love.
dumpling.
I love
No.
dumplings.
bro.
Shout out to the Dumpling Inn. Paul Merlesbergs. He
Busta
knows what I'm
rap,
talking
Busta
about.
rap, Sisflo. You're talking hella fast right now.
I think you should do the speed rap.
I
dude.
think you should do a
I
speed
think
rap.
it's the
Definitely.
perfect
That's
Chauncey
cold
likes
brew.
this one, but I don't know if I can get through it all the way.
He'll get it.
Get it right now. Do you need a beat?
No, watch.
Right here.
Silly, stupid motherfuckers thinking you're above any other who's ever done a little bit of the stuff dreams are made of. I can't do it because there's just all this clanging going on.
Hold
in the
on, no,
background.
There was some clanging.
Okay, yeah, no,
What
there's
is
some
that
clanging.
all
It's the
about,
ice.
bro?
No, it's only the
It ruined
ice.
the
It's
I
moment.
just want to hear the one line where you start with hit him with a little bit of rhythm and get him a little bit.
It got me so unraveled. Now I'm never gonna rap again.
Shut the fuck up. You're so dude. No, that
I've had
only
it
happens a
up to
little bit because
here.
we had at Seven Seas Roasting. We're in the markets. Come and shout out to us. Little plug, real quick. But every time we're on Tuesday, is it today's Tuesday? Yeah, today's Tuesday. We have Rob
Yeah.
Swolhane back here. You'll see. This fool's huge.
I can see him in the reflection, dude.
No, he's the homie.
The mountain.
And
He looked. He saw us.
Nah, he's definitely here. He's the fucking awesome dude. You'll see him. He comes in. I always give him a shout out whenever we have a show and he's
Oh,
on here.
nice.
But he's
doing it back.
He
I wasn't
works the
mean trying to hate you.
No,
I
no,
was
no,
just
no,
saying,
no, no. He works the farmers markets, and right now he just had to dump some ice real quick. But that's it. So you can spit all you want right now.
Dumping ice. I don't think it's over.
It's
yet.
over. I guarantee
no,
you
I can
it's
hear
over.
the footsteps.
No, because he's just walking.
All
That's
around
all
the
he's doing. He's just
tiles.
walking.
And I'm wondering.
Rob, will you just come in here and say hi to the boys?
And then he
Rob
just
shut
left.
the door. I'm getting the fuck out.
So this is real live, long
This-
form
It is
conversations
long
right
form
now.
conversation. But Mad Love, I wanted to talk about just the Flowmads.
Okay.
I want to give you
No, that's
guys
all
a
we've been
fucking
talking about is
showcase.
Flowmads.
We
We're
got
talking about Lil
we got a
Nas for a
couple-
minute.
I got
Let's
a
talk
couple
about
things
something
for
else
you.
besides the Flowmads.
No, I want to talk about you flowing. But can you just spit?
Go ahead, Chauncey. Hit him.
Waiting for the drop. Take him to the top. Take it off. Make it rock. Blast off. Never stop. Back it up. Track it up. Speed it down. Slow it up. Feeling sound.
Exhale.
Easy now. Breathe it in. Exhale. Never stop. Living. Gripping on a joint. Tripping. Getting on a choice. Fishing for a point. Dreaming in a maze. Dealing with the day's craze. Phrase. Listen for voice like stop. Witness, fitness of a shipwreck vixen, hips in a wave, taking what you say with a grain in a way. You make what we say mean what we may. Dreams seem to fit the scene. Daylight, sky blue. Food is green, but not money. Funny, ain't it dumb? We want to have fun, but not fun enough to play. Right sound, styles coming out the ground, running out the crowd. So I'm drumming on the town right now. How become the reason? Disbelief stripped and filed down. Where we gotta get streets connect, but the people won't stretch. Waiting for the drop of a pen, forever to begin, and never to press, refresh, reflect. Ideal ain't real, but still is chill. Lift up your heel for real. Keel is at mealtime. Real mind strength. Eyes give thanks. Ears stay blank.
Yeah.
Damn.
That.
That
Put
was
that in your
fucking
pipe
G
and
and smoke it.
it. Fuck, man, you were going. That's like
Damn,
extra
that was
fast, and he does
tight.
it too. That was a double time. I was
I've
trying
never
to back
heard
him up,
you
and
rap
I
that
totally blew
fast.
it. My bad, bro.
Yeah,
I
you blew his
apologize.
fucking thing, bro.
I blew.
He
You
got
were like,
He got
exhale. And then you were like, exhale.
Yeah. That's why they call me the prophet Sis Flow. I see the future. The
Damn.
future.
Damn.
That's one of my faves.
I've never heard you rap that fast.
So
Ever.
that's the thing. I got a secret arsenal of skills that are always there, but
secret
I
arsenal.
don't just try to like.
Yeah.
You know, the funniest thing is you tell people you're a rapper, and they're like, "Sick rap," and you're like, "Do you like someone's a barista? They're at a party. Do you just say, sick, make a coffee right now?" Like, no, you don't demand that, but they demand that of rappers
No,
all
I think that's
the
okay.
time.
I think you can. I think that's fair.
It is. It's
I
kind of
mean,
fair, and I
get me a
sometimes
cold
give them a
brew.
taste.
Get me a cold
And
brew
then
right
sometimes,
now, you son
and
of a
sometimes
bitch.
I'm like, you know, that old saying, it's like, if you're good at something, don't do it for free. And I'm like, yo, okay, yeah, I'm a rapper. Come to my show, and I will show
I
you
agree
the
with
raps.
that, but at the same time, you should
There
be
you go.
prepared. You know, so it's like I'm like ready anytime a homie wants to call
Hello
me up
from
on
the bellow of the
stage.
beast style mellow.
Yeah, you know that rap. Hey, did you hear the second verse of that? That song. Okay, how about we'll talk about
I
this?
don't
That
think
song
so.
is called "Strangers," and that's being released May 31st. So everybody get
Is
ready
that the
for that
new
track.
one?
It's called "Strangers."
Is that the one you sent me the flyer for?
that?
then?
Yeah, and you know whose face that is?
Mm-hmm.
Whose flyer is that? I
No,
mean, whose face that is?
That is James Mortensen.
Is it really?
Shout out to James Mortensen and Jam
Yes.
Sessions.
We
you know,
had
his studio.
we had a competition on our Instagram. We were like, hey, tag your friends. We all feel like we are having funny faces, so post your strange face pictures, and we're gonna randomly select somebody. And he got randomly selected. We used this pic. We had our really good friend Crystal Dyer paint a picture of him for us on a piece of wood sheet that looks amazing, and then we're using that as the graphic for it,
Yeah.
and it's incredible. It came out way better than I
It's so
could have
sick.
like possibly just like envisioned something coming together. Cause
You have the galactic jellies at the bottom
he's a
too.
galactic jelly.
That's what we do,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, the Flowmads. That's our mascot, the
So,
jellyfish, bro.
So, anyways,
It's just what we've always been.
we're stoked on that track. Comes out May 31st.
Yeah.
So that flow.
It's a very hypnotic
Yeah.
track.
But like special shout out to Kristen because the artwork is awesome, and a special shout out to James for participating. You know, but besides him, like having a wonderful face for the cover art. He's just also a really talented sound man too. And he's a sound engineer,
Now
sound
he's-
tech.
yeah,
You know,
he
he's
is,
worked with all kinds of people. In fact, right now I think he's on tour with Alanis Morissette right now, helping her out.
I've seen, dude. I remember when James was
Morissette.
living at Atlantis Morissette. I remember when James was living with fucking Zach and Josh Manger,
Yeah.
and he was in his room just always working on beats and shit.
Yeah.
Dude, but we'd all be just raging, drinking Jack Daniels in the living room and ordering Thai food, and he'd just
Yeah.
be in there just fucking, I'm working on a project.
Yeah.
Like, dude.
Yeah.
Well, it's nonstop work when you, like, what do they say? Find something you love and you never work a day in your life, right? Because they're always doing it all the
Always,
time.
bro.
So that's like what we were just talking about, how, like, we have this endless list of all the shit that we got to do that we're going to have to keep on adding on shit, you know, to that list. And it's a really exciting time, man. That song's going to be coming out on the 31st. It's called Strangers.
So is
And-
this between your shows? Because you're gonna go up to in June.
Yeah,
you're
right
going to
before.
Fort Oregon?
Right before.
Mhm. Well, we were just thinking about release dates, and we were trying to go against the grain before, I think, going like on Mondays and Tuesdays releasing it. And after talking to some friends in the industry, I guess the official date to release stuff is a Friday. Like, it's
Yeah,
always a
dude.
Friday.
New
It's like
release
set
Fridays
in,
on
like,
Spotify.
Yeah,
2014 or
so, like,
something.
once
Well,
we
dude,
can-
every Friday on Spotify they go the new releases and everything pops up.
Right.
Like that's the first thing I do on Fridays. I'm like, dude, it's fucking Friday. Yo, I'm gonna go new
yeah,
releases.
release radar.
Mhm.
Yeah, release
Yeah.
radars, all
Yeah,
that
and,
shit.
like,
yeah.
we got, I guess.
So you can follow the Flowmads, and it will come up on your release
It's on
radar.
Spotify.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It's on
yeah.
Spotify. Yeah.
And one of the days we were thinking of releasing was going to be Cali Roots, because I'm going to be at Cali Roots, you know. And
Are
we've
you
got some
performing
other
at Cali
friends
Roots?
No. It's been a while. Hopefully we'll be there again soon. Shout out to Mr. Sheehan if you're listening. But, you know, we love the festival. I'm going to keep going no matter what. And the thing about the Cali Roots idea that kind of did not want to release on the devs, because so many other people are going to be releasing that stuff. So competing with all those other artists is going to be tough. Like, I think Pepper's releasing something. I think, like, there's all these other artists that are performing at
Yeah.
Cali Roots that are going to be releasing stuff.
Our good homie Beebs is
Yeah.
releasing something. We got there's a
Oh,
lot.
yeah,
of
Beebs.
Wait,
potential.
Shout out to
what day
Beebs.
is Cali Roots?
It's the weekend before that.
Yeah.
Basically,
like
to make it simple.
May
24th.
something. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we were thinking that we would just, you know, go to Cali Roots, enjoy the festival, kind of like do some networking to let people know the songs coming out.
Represent Flowmads up in there,
Yeah.
and then
And then
be
once
like,
they're,
hey,
like-
songs coming out next week.
Right.
Sick.
Look forward
The
to
idea
it.
is that once they're
Mhm.
coming down from their festival fix, then they'll grab hold of the single and be like, all right, I'm back on cloud 9. Here I go.
What do you need to do to get into something of that caliber, Cali Roots style?
I think it's just like following, you know, when you're in demand, it's a no-brainer to put someone on the bill. So it's like, it's no doubt our set slams. Like, if you've seen us live, you know that we can hold our own.
Well, we're
with
gonna
the-
see you live on May
I can,
16th
you
at
know,
First Street.
if you ask
Yeah, I
anybody
know
that's
you're
seen
looking
us
forward
live,
to
they
it.
know that we can hold our own with the big boys, you know. It's like what you're saying when you got Lil Nas X up there and you have all that production, you know. Like, everybody's got talent at that level. Now it's just about networking, knowing the right people to plug you in and having the numbers. Like, all of our boys, they all want to hook
Well,
us
what
up,
about
but they
management,
can't.
though?
Well, that's what I'm saying, is that, like, plays a part too. But the management, talking to other management and getting you those slots, those tours, those venues.
Yeah,
you know?
it's
like
kind of like the old thing of paying dues. You got to pay dues and build those true fans and have a real fan base, and when you've kind of earned your keep, then you're like, okay, you get the invite to go to the bigger things, the bigger festivals.
All
But
right.
then, you know, there's also those times when you're like, yo, we are connected with some people who understand that our talent is there, and they're gonna let us try our thing out, and then you get to be on a bigger stage, and those are those times when you
See,
can build.
I think it's more of that. I think it's more of the connection, like with knowing the right people to plug you in, you know. But I think the following has a lot to do with it as well, because all the boys, you know, like, I've had multiple friends that are in big, like, that are doing really well right now in the music scene, in their specific genre or whatever, and they're like, oh, Sisflo, we'd love to take you, but we can't, because, you know, what fans are we going to get from you? We're giving you all these thousands of followers that are coming to our shows, so they'll be able to hear your set.
It's kinda
What
like,
are you going to give us? So
what
that's what we got to
value
do, is that we've got to
are you
be
adding?
able to go out there, get this new following, and then be able to raise some eyebrows. So the boys like, hell yeah, bro, it's a no-brainer to take these guys, because not only are they our boys, but look at the people that they're pulling in. These are all new fans for us, and then for us, we're like, sick, we're gonna get all these fans, you know. So it's a constant, like, give and take. I think you can see, like, when you're in the scenes, whether you're an artist or you're working behind the scenes, there's an interesting politics there, you know.
Well, what about social media?
Well, the
What do
social
you use that
media
as a-
obviously plays a big part as well. That's probably one of the main
Nowadays,
things.
I would say social media is one of the really prime metrics that management, venues, and promoters use to evaluate your popularity.
Of course.
So, of course, social media is important. You got to have follows, likes, engagement, have a fan base, and the proof is in the social media. So, that's really the big thing. And so it's kind of funny because you got to hustle hard for this thing that kind of seems very surface level, social media likes and just getting engagement, even if it's the minorest things, getting the number of followers up and everything so that you get validation. It's called social validation. And then you can kind of progress from there. And it's funny because you can have people like maybe Lil Nas X got all this. This is a great example. Has all this following.
Such a
Wait,
plug
watch.
Dude.
I got you, Lil Nas X.
He's got all this. He's got mad fan base now, right? But who knows what his real live show is like?
He has one single.
He probably could put the shittiest show on ever.
I've seen his live show. I think it's good.
Dude, Drake has
but I'm talking
the
like
shittiest
if he
show
went
I've
on
ever
a
seen in my
tour,
life.
on a tour.
And he's the biggest rapper in the world.
Right. So in like,
Look, there's a lot of guys doing different
So
things. I think like
I didn't mean to
all
cut
the
you off.
stuff
I
that
didn't
we're
mean to cut you
talking
off. Sorry.
about
No
is
worries.
cool. Like, and I think it helps. Don't get me wrong. Social media is also a big part that can help out your career. But in my personal opinion, it all comes down to one thing. That's just making a great song. If you can make a great song, all that other stuff will fall into place.
Well, you don't need a whole album these days. All you need is one song.
Yeah, but
You
what's
legitly
new?
just
It's always
need
been
one.
that
the
way.
hits. It's always been
It's
that
always
way.
been that
One
way.
hit wonders. Come on.
Fine Young Cannibals.
Yes.
She drives me crazy.
But
Like no one else. She drives me crazy, and I can't help myself.
wow, you guys are like angels, like harmonious as fuck.
I wish,
Wow.
bro. This guy is singing a lot. Like, actually, we were talking to somebody the other day that was like, I want to hear you rap more, bro. I want to hear you rap. And I want to hear Shanti rap more, too. But that's just what happens in the studios. Like, we're doing the damn thing, and I'm just a writer, and I can't sing. So I just am always writing raps, and Shanti is a
Dude,
multi-talented
Kanye can't
dude.
sing, and he still sings, so I don't want to hear that shit.
Well, it's like, but that's what I'm talking
Just
technically, though. I don't
saying,
think
just
I
saying.
technically sound good,
We
but
want
there
to
are
play to our
distinct
strengths.
voices, you
We
know.
wanna play to-
like-
we want to play to our strengths. So.
Okay. I appreciate
And
that.
I always wanted to do some singing and rapping together because I appreciate melodics a lot, not just percussiveness of rapping and like the lyrical, like, you know what I mean?
Well, real quick, on that note, who was
Real
the
quick. girl
girl who did the vocals on "Seen the Light"? It was a girl,
Oh,
right?
Sarah.
Sarah.
Yeah,
so
Because that was the
AJ
second
Froman.
single. That was
on
the second
Seen the
single
Light,
that happened.
what happened is we
There was Triumph and then "Seen the Light."
I helped my
Triumph
one
2,
of
we
my-
did that with Mr. Axe first. That song was done with Mr. Axe like a long time ago. When
Andrew
he was
Ackerley?
in school. Yeah. And then like we were in a band called High Roots. I think we talked about that last time.
Yeah.
And I took like a couple bars from that verse for a High Roots song. And then when High Roots decided to take a hiatus and me and Shanti were working together, I would rap it for Shanti all the time. And he was all like, dude, that's dope. Let me remix it. And he came up with a whole new beat and we brought it back to life. It's totally brand new now. So Triumph is one of those songs. too
That's
that,
one of those songs that I go ham over when I hear that song go off.
That
And
song
I'm
is
just like,
tight as
dude, I
fuck,
can't,
bro. Shout out
can't
to
wait
Mr.
till you
Axe.
hear him do this shit
Dude.
live.
Well, that
It's just-
song
dude,
is the
I
real shit.
fucking
I was
wanna
going
hear
through some
that
shit.
shit.
And when I wrote that song, I was like couch surfing. I was living out of my car.
It's
Mr. Axe, like I was on his couch. He helped me out. That's when like him and Paul Millsbury were living together, and Wolf was in the building, and like
Is that when you were going to
everyone was
LAD's
living
house a
in like
bunch?
Ocean Beach? Yeah, like LAD was around too.
Yeah.
Like Dino was around. Sparky, Bucky, all the boys. James,
Did you stay
Carl.
at my casa house? Mi casa
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well.
bro.
You watched Raider for like a week.
I love Raider.
Yeah.
Rest in peace,
R.I.P.
Raider.
R.I.P.
Raider.
Raider Nation all day, baby. That's what it is. That's my
Raider.
homie. That's my R.I.P.
The sun shines through the blinds and I see your face. I never got a chance to say goodbye, but anyway.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Raider Nation.
Yeah.
Best corgi ever.
So Triumph,
Best
Triumph's
dog
dope.
ever, dude. I love that dog.
If you're thinking of
But going back to Seen the Light, though.
vocals, those vocals, so that's a really dope story too, because Seen the Light, I helped one of my best friends. His band's called AJ Froman. They're
shout out
phenomenal,
to AJ
psychedelic, progressive
So
rock,
good, bro.
shredders. They're like top level phenomenal musicians, right? Anyways, they put out a track that was a little bit more on the analog digital side than just rock, and I helped them add a little bit of flavor into the beat and stuff, in some production stuff. And then because of that, I had some of their like scratch tracks from that track originally or just like the initial recordings and everything from it. And me just being a producer was like, this is fucking dope ass content. I'm about to flip it over. And so then I made a track, and their song was very dark. And then it's funny because in ours, it comes out very like major and like positive vibration out of it.
Yeah, you could even argue it's cookie cutter. One guy like commented on our song on SoundCloud. It was like, "What is this, Teletubbies?" And we're all like,
"Teletubbies, that's
yeah.
tight."
And I love it because I'm just all like, I'm like, "Hey, he went out of his way to comment that." So it's like when you get that kind of stuff, I think it's interesting.
I love the hate, bro.
Classic. I love.
Bring on the hate.
Well, my bad. I
as
didn't mean to
much
interrupt
hate
you on
as
that,
you
though. My
want.
bad.
No,
bro.
I liked it. I was like, cool, man. This is cookie cutter shit. Cool, because I don't make music for everybody.
Yeah.
I make music for the people who are ready to hear the shit that we are trying to put out.
I fuck with
Don't
it.
worry, it's open
I
to
fuck with it
everybody.
hard.
It's like
And,
everybody
but
can
anyways,
have it,
then
but
so
it's
I
not
made
for
that
everybody.
beat, and I was like, Cisco, this beat, check it out. I wanted to make something reggae, but also flip it to some more digital vibes, and like, then I just cut up that vocal, and I cut up their like analog bass, and that became the basis of it. And then I put in like real actual acoustic drums and stuff, and like the track just flipped into this dope, and it's like a half tempo beat,
so
and
good.
then you could do a double time rap on it, and it just came out sick as fuck on that point. So we're like, all right, dude. And then that's where I kind of just started writing a hook, and it was cool because I tried to write the hook so that the lyrics of her that I sampled of hers countered my lyrics. So I'm not singing at the same time. Like, have you seen the light? And then she sings like falling, or she has like, you know, different cuts come in there, whip me around, like, and she whipped me around. And that's cool how those kind of songs organically come up, because you're like, oh, that part is going to inform the lyrics I want to write on top of it. And then so that's kind of how that happened. And so shout out to Sarah Norwood. She's an amazing singer, an amazing dancer, such an artistic.
We love you, AJ Froman.
Yeah, so we love her, and she is the one that you'll hear on that track, "Seen the Light," those vocals. And
The track
I think
is
that's
dope.
tight, though.
And that they were
I
just like
also
super
like the
down. They're
fact-
like, dude, fucking do it. We're like, we love you guys. Thanks.
Look it up. Seen the Light on Spotify, YouTube, SoundCloud.
Yep. But I also like, because I've known Sis Flow for a very long time. I've also followed most of his music. You have a bunch of different stuff that Leslie, my wife, had played for me before. A couple
Me
different.
and Leslie go way back.
Dude, there was
Shout out to Brother Dells. Hey, yo, Brother Dells, how you living, bro? Holding it down in Vegas. You know who's gonna end up in Vegas pretty soon, brethren.
Oh shit.
Let me tell you.
Whatever.
keep going
Just-
on.
Yeah,
what you were
whatever.
saying.
Tell ya.
Cisco's
Either way,
music.
yeah, no. Leslie played. There was like a couple that you played with, like a woman and a like a boyfriend and a girlfriend, or a husband
no,
and
it
a
wasn't
wife.
a couple. What happened was a long
Something
time
wood.
ago. Like it was like right after I came out of college. I did like a bunch of underground rap albums with my boy Kyle Coates, aka KCMD.
But it wasn't.
No. But I did that stuff, and then after I did that, I was going to Kauai music festivals because one of my friends, Charles Brotman, who won the first Grammy in Hawaii, I think, for like editing and mixing, he was telling me, hey, you should go to that, because he's like one of the people that you can have like a one-on-one with. And it was like this writing seminar where you talk to all these professionals, and they had songwriting contests and all this stuff for you to kind of like perfect your craft. So when I was there, I met this guy named John Estep and Corey French and Stasha Conger. Stasha and John are actually married now, and they met
Okay,
up.
that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, but they both had successful solo careers. But me and John, we hit it off, and we ended up just kind of like keeping in touch. And then when I was back home, I was writing a bunch of music. I called him up in California.
Back home in Hawaii?
Yeah. I was like, hey, dude, I got some stuff. You want to work? And he was like, yeah. So I flew to California. I slept on his floor for like a month. We did a demo. We called up Charles Brotman. We said, hey, we got a demo. Send it to him. He liked it. He said, come to the studio. We went to the studio. We slept on the floor in the studio for like a couple weeks. We recorded the whole album.
Rough and rugged.
And our group name was Beacon Tree.
That's what it. I knew it was a tree.
And it was self-titled, so it's Beacon Tree, self-titled album Beacon Tree, and you can find that on Spotify too. It's still up there, and I was surprised. We have like 70 something listeners or something. And I thought that stuff was gone, but it's getting played, and that's actually one of my really like some of my favorite work, because if you look at my past catalog, it's like a lot of underground hip hop and everything, and that's really cool. Yeah. But this stuff was done at like a professional level with somebody who was like unreal. You know, Charles is unreal at everything he does, and I got to write really catchy stuff, and it was like more of a it's weird because when you play my older stuff, all my homies are like, yeah. When you play that Beacon Tree stuff, they're like, oh, Cisco, you fell off. Like, oh, this is soft. You fell
went
off,
soft,
you know?
bro.
But all the females really liked it a lot. And I'm not trying to say
Dude,
that
no, Leslie
girls
was
are different
playing
from
it.
boys with that stuff, but it's like, it's catchy music. Like, even, I mean, I'm really proud of that stuff. It's just that it's not my normal, like, style. You
No,
know?
that's fine.
I
You're a
think
musician,
they
bro.
titled it, like, if you look at the index, it's called, like, organic hip-hop or something, because all the instruments are, like, acoustic guitar and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, that's what it was. I was like, oh shit. This is years ago, dude. Probably about 10 years ago, she played it for me.
Yeah.
But the one thing I was gonna say is that because I've known your style, and I've seen your shows, and even with Andrew Ackerley back in the day at Winston's, it was really sick to see that. But then all of a sudden, I seen that shift go from that Triumph, which is that cis flow that I know, and that's like that very rapping, killing it, doing it super fast, and and all that. And then all of a sudden, I had asked you guys last time. I was like, oh, so Chauncey makes the beats. You're like, no, I rap too. And then so Chauncey was like, on Seen the Light, you were spitting, and I was all, oh shit.
Right. Well, like, you
that
know
was
Kanye West,
tight.
right?
Well, yeah, he was a production.
And you know Dr. Dre, right?
Well, yeah, but
We'll
Dr.
take
Dre
those two
doesn't
guys
really,
and
like,
say that they made a baby with Timberland Magoo as a mistress in the middle. That's Chauncey right there. That's what came out and popped the fuck out.
Dude, some dude asked seriously.
I'm telling
a homie
you.
Of mine, listen to me. A
The
homie-
brothers
Cisco,
got
a
some
homie-
fucking game.
Don't tell him the truth.
Dude, the homie of mine just came up to me the other day.
He's an
and was all-
experiment.
He's like, dude, what do you know about Timberland? I was like, what do you know about
I like-
Timberland?
I like-
bro? Like, what the fuck?
I like-
you asking me what do I know about
When he
Timberland?
did
Like,
that,
come
his
on
work
now,
with
bro.
Magoo, Timberland and Magoo was so awesome, bro.
Dude, it was on Saturday actually. when
I'm
I
coming,
went out to
baby, like a
Catalina.
big black kahuna.
You could take a master class from Timberland now. Have you seen those advertisements?
yeah,
for
yeah.
that?
I've seen
Master Clowns.
Master class.
Class.
What's dude? Yeah, they have the fucking.
You wanna be a master
they have
at
a
being
a clown,
you gotta call
astronauts
up
on
Barnum
there
and
shit,
Bailey's.
too. The astronaut, the dude that's been around out
Astronauts.
there.
They got like you could get it from Dead Mouse. You can get it in a lot of different things. It's cool how they have these master classes.
What's
from
a
people who are-
master class? What is it?
It's just it's like an online course where you can learn all like the fundamentals up to the most amazing tricks that the professionals use to in their craft.
They
I
basically
kind of
teach
did
you their
something. I kind of
formulas,
did something
bro.
like that with
At the dojo.
with the
Dojo.
homie,
Yeah.
Il Gates, and he's a really amazing producer. And his methodology, called the Il methodology, is all about streamlining your workflow and understanding, not just like, because as a creative person, you could just be really good naturally.
Yeah.
But it's also understanding of breaking it down, and then when you look back at what your process is, being like, oh shit. Oh, these are the things that I'm doing, so I can even actually knowingly be aware of what I'm doing and get better at those things so that I can just basically put out more music more quickly and be more efficient in my like production and stuff. So it's really for producers, DJs, stuff like that. But across the board, it's really helpful information to understand in almost any process that you want to do creative stuff. So it's dope, and that's kind of I think what those master classes are. They're like basically giving you like, yo, this is the shit that I figured out for myself over 20 years of doing this shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you know
gonna
right
let you
now,
know. Like, it's not like it's gonna click with everybody, but a lot of times, like, one trick is worth it. Whatever their one trick is, you're like, holy crap, I didn't realize you could do that. Like, for me, it was really hilarious because I joined and I watched his own methodology, and I realized his method of creating music was very similar to what I had naturally, organically come to do, which was to make
Sick.
beats. I come up with all kinds of dope parts, boom, 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 and just smash them all across so that everything's going all at once. And then I just put that out for like several minutes, and then I start like soloing the different parts together as if you had different
Like
musicians
rapping,
and
you
you're
mean
like
by
you play
soloing?
now. Solo means that like I'm gonna just play just the hi-hat, or I'm just gonna play
Alright.
just the kick, and then I start to make a combination. Okay, what's the kick and the hi-hat and the snare pattern right here with the bass line? Okay, what happens when I add the keys in? Oh shit, what happens when I add the strings and everything? Oh, that sounds like the chorus. Okay, and then you start to figure out what the balance is of those things, and then what you do is you go back and you actually say, okay, for 16 bars I'm gonna erase the strings, and then right for 8 bars I'm gonna have the strings, and that's the chorus, or whatever. And it's subtractive editing, and you start to take away stuff. And I was like, he was like, yo, this is what you do, make a super loop, and then you start erasing stuff, and then it kind of makes a checkerboard patterning of when you're looking in your editing system. You're like, okay, At this point, there's a lot less stuff, and at this point, there's more stacked up. And at no point is everything playing at once because it's too much overload for like a nice composition. It's going to be too much. So just like that one trick could teach people so much in their audio. It's like, okay, yeah, you made a bunch of stuff that sounds amazing. These are cool loops. These are good parts. You got a good pattern on your hi-hat. You got a good pattern on this, that, and the other thing. But a lot of times, like I used to build tracks when I first learned, and I would just build them up. Then tons of shit's going. And you're like, okay, but I didn't realize the philosophy behind it is like, no, find the right combination of things at the right times. Because they're all, like, honestly, and then you can go back live and just be like, okay, well, shit, I could flip it up. So, like, in the original track, it never had these two parts playing together.
So, wait. So, with all of that being said...
I go for hours.
With all of that
fine,
being
that's
said...
Fine. I had two things. In the middle of that, I had a really crazy, like, not a deja vu moment, but definitely like a moment of gratitude, like, oh shit, this is pretty sick. I'm glad. I'm like super stoked. I'm like here right now. At the second time, or the second point, excuse me, is that we were talking about this before the podcast started. Was about how rappers are rapping over their shit, and that's like a big ass annoying.
They
thing.
were rapping over their full track, meaning they're just doubling up on top of their
exactly,
recorded vocals.
which is bullshit.
It sounds bad.
But wait, my point was is
Well,
that
besides
because you make the beat,
you don't have to rap.
It takes away that essence. That's
you
why
don't
it's
have
so
to be
horrible.
good.
But wait, because you make the beats and you know how to do it, you don't even have to have a DJ. You can just go back, press play, and
That's
you
what we
guys
do.
can legitly just
That's
rap
exactly
over your
what we do.
beats without the vocals, of
Don't
course.
get me wrong, a DJ would be nice and it could help out. And as far as like when we go down the line, we're probably gonna add a DJ to our set when we can afford it. Not to mention like live instruments and all that. But yeah, we're in a position where we know how to do everything ourselves.
That's fucking
go.
tight.
Yeah, you don't need a DJ to launch your tracks anymore. So
when you do your performances, so people who are watching this right now on Instagram Live, or people who are listening to this tomorrow when I publish it, when they come to the show on Thursday, what are they going to expect to see? They're going to expect to see live hip hop performances.
Fucking bradas with microphones giving out their fucking heart and soul, everything they got to just take them away from their problems for 45 minutes. That's it.
Yeah.
And I hope you enjoy it, because that's all we're trying to do is just be ourselves and try and make a living off what we like to do. And at the same time, hopefully help people out as with whatever we could do. You know, we're just in the music. We're there for them in the music, whether it takes them away from their problems, whether it gives them some advice, whether it has them fucking dance, you know, we're all about it.
Yeah.
But, you know, we launched it so it still is live, so we don't just play to a soundtrack. This is another thing, kind of like a lot of DJs press play, boom, boom, a bunch of songs are already queued up to blend together.
Pre-produced.
We don't have it really like that. We know what we're going to do, but we can still keep it spontaneous because the timing is whatever we're responding to with the crowd. And then I got parts where for a minute I'm going to go and break some shit apart and play on the MIDI fighter, which is basically like arcade style buttons, and I'm going to play chops and play these fat 808
like a
beats.
live freestyle.
So
live.
you'll do like a little chop up, and then will you spit, or are you gonna spit?
Well, that's the
Chauncey?
thing.
I can't
is that
spit
like,
while I'm doing that. It's really hard.
So you're gonna
but eventually
Chauncey,
it's
sit slow.
possible. Yeah, the idea is that like even
Eventually
though our
looping
set
it,
list
doing
is like
that,
generally going to be the same for the most part every time, we'll be switching songs around, and it's always going to be different because the crowd's going to be different. What we're there for is going to be different. The venue's going to be different. The location's going to be different. And it's really key, I think, for all you guys doing live shows out there that are novice or amateurs, that in between your songs, you know, you have little breaks to be able to give thanks to the venue, to be able to give thanks to those artists you're working with, to be able to let people know what your social media handle is, where they can get in touch with you, what your website is, all that stuff. You know, like what good is you smashing a set and at the end nobody knows who you are? Well, nobody wants to network with you. Nobody knows where to find your work, you know? So that kind of is incorporated with everything we're talking about. But but I just want to go back to when he was talking about all that dojo stuff. That's really interesting to me, you know, shout out to the dojo and Il Gates and everything. But it because I feel like it's like that with anybody with their craft, you know, is that like you're interested in seeing everybody do their thing and how they do it, because whether it helps you out or not, it's cool to just kind of know that, to have it in your pocket in case you need to use it. You know, me and Chauncey often talk about how we love Kung Fu and how like Kung Fu it's like a metaphor for everything we do, because everybody has different styles, and you pick up all these different styles, and no style is the best, right? How Bruce Lee broke it down. But you want to have those in case you want to adapt. You can pull it out, so no style ends up being the best style, because you can relate to everybody. You can like just do your own thing, and that's, I think, what the Flowmads are a lot about. That's kind of like the essence of us, is being able to go with the flow. You know, it's like
Yeah, basically, yeah, that adaptability. You know, that our spirit animal, our
The galactic
mascot,
jelly.
it's the jelly, and you know, jellies are basically not active swimmers, man. They just go with the flow, right?
But if you fuck with them, they'll sting the shit out of you.
Jellyfish for everybody who's listening to it.
They are jellyfish. But no, totally. That's definitely what the Flowmads are about. Like, that's why we have such a variety of styles. That's like, you know, and for me, coming from the hip hop background, in all my production, was always about bringing eclectic styles together and adapting them so they work together in that kind of way. So that's
definitely, bro.
That's one of the best things about what we bring when you watch our show, is you don't just get a bunch of the same things over and over again. Even if they're amazing, our difference is that we bring a bunch of variety, but with that same vibe underneath. Like, sometimes you're going to hear rap, sometimes you're going to hear singing, sometimes you're going to hear heavy bass, sometimes you're going to hear soft parts, and it's really going to give you like a very rounded feeling of like what we're about and what the story is that we're telling, you know?
Futuristic reggae hip hop.
Yep.
But yo, when we were talking about strangers, bringing it full circle with Seven Seas Roasting, last time we did the interview with you, and then me and you went to Maui. Remember that? And
Yeah,
then we were
fuck
talking
yeah, I
about
remember when we went
all
to
kinds
Maui,
of, like,
bro.
cool
That
stuff.
shit
Shout
was
out to our friend
sick.
Jensen. Woohoo! Getting hitched out there. Me and
Jensen,
Connell got to
Taylor
go out there and check
Ponte.
'em out.
Dude, you remember the fucking
Taylor.
podcast with Taylor Ponte?
Yeah. Make sure you
He
guys
was
check
there.
out that podcast
Oh,
too.
yeah.
Our boy Taylor is like a
Killing
mean
it.
chef, you know.
Millhouse,
he does other
Maui.
things too.
Millhouse,
But
Maui.
it was when I was with you is when I wrote the second verse for Strangers. That's how I was inspired.
Really?
Yeah. Because if
I
you
didn't know
if
this.
you listen to the second
Oh,
verse,
he doesn't know the song
yeah,
yet,
yeah. If you
Cisco.
listen to the second
I
verse,
don't know if
on
we should have given
Strangers-
this away yet.
Wait,
Go ahead and
can
break it down. Hold on here. We'll break it down for you real quick. This is how the second verse goes. Go ahead, start it off.
Caffeine and Green
Now
song.
try to focus on this hypnosis. Don't mind the smoking. It's coffee roasting. I still got hope, man.
But I gotta bring the fire back. Hit him with a slap, snatch back on the step back. Money shot to the face like it's from the nut sack. Fuck these fast food raps. I'm taking my diet back. I'm making that musical crack. Got those listening, finding it bad. So let my flow be your methadone. It's okay to just give it up, let it go. You forgotten the family, don't even know. Like Macaulay Culkin, you left home alone.
Damn,
Yeah, dude.
son,
So after I was hanging out with
what?
you, I wrote all that shit because I was thinking like, oh, you know, because that whole idea of, you know, coffee roasting, how I love coffee, and like how like, you know, you got the green and the smoking and all. I just put it all together. So like if you're Kano and you hear that verse, it has extra meaning to it. Other
Dude,
people are
that
gonna hear that and they're gonna be like,
roasting,
you know,
that
yeah.
shit's gangster,
well, like
son.
later on the song, we like
Wait
loop
till
it. It
wait
is such a
at the-
sick.
yeah.
Oh, bro.
We kind of got like a trap, tribal-y vibe where it vibes
Dude.
out at the end, and
Dude.
it,
But
and
that
it
has the
flips
hello
that
from
up
the
and
bellow of the
chops it.
beast time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's the
So
first verse.
That
That's the
track
first
is gonna
verse.
blow.
Yeah,
That track
yeah.
is gonna blow some minds.
That's
It's
hands
kind
down
of
my
like our.
favorite
It's
song
kind
right
of
now.
like our theme song, because Strangers is all about embracing the differences in ourselves and how we're all kind of weird. We're all kind of strange, and you know what? Being a stranger is kind of more commendable than trying to be a sameser. You know what I'm saying?
Same, sir.
a normalizer. No, but the thing is that, don't get me wrong, there's like stranger danger, but the idea
Stranger
is
danger.
like in the hook, the hook, he says we're strangers saying strange words, and that's the thing, is that like we're all people that don't know each other, you know, and we're just kind of like little ants marching our heads down, and we're all strangers, but once we kind of say those right words and we communicate, and
Yeah.
you can relate to someone and
Yeah.
have that common ground, it's amazing, because we're not strangers anymore, and all of a sudden it's like the world's a better place. It's like we're all scared about what we don't know about, you know. So the idea of the song is that the Flowmads, like, this is our introduction. It's like, we used to be strangers, but we're not strangers anymore, you know, like Forrest Gump, where it's like, hello, I'm Forrest Gump, and we're not strangers
I like
anymore.
chocolate.
Yeah. Or what does he say? He's like, oh, I forget her name. It's the bus driver, though. It was a
But
great
dude, wait.
scene.
What about Are you guys gonna be performing this song on Thursday?
Yeah, definitely. It drops May 31st, bro. Spotify. Everybody's
but
got to wait.
this
for
Thursday
it.
is not May
That's
31st.
one of our major jams,
Yeah,
dude. It's
yeah.
basically like our anthem at this
Oh my
point.
God, I'm so
so
excited right now.
it's super
God
dope,
damn
and
it,
we
this is
can't
amazing.
wait to show you, because there's so much extra.
But
I can't wait to
I
perform
heard
for you,
he
bro.
told me about a fucking possible, very possible. Not. He was like, I gotta talk to Cisco about it. About a caffeine and green rap. Like, because he has the beat.
Oh, yeah. So
Did that happen or no?
No, you just
cool.
ruined-
I
you
forgot that I
just-
told you about that because I didn't want to tell you about that because I wanted to surprise your ass.
Yeah, no, I was just telling him like, Shanti, why'd you tell him that you just totally ruined the surprise?
Dude, I don't remember that I told you about that.
We
Yeah.
must have been like, oh, drunk. Well,
We
our,
were
Oh,
not.
no,
We
no.
hella were
Oh,
not. We
no,
were,
no.
dude. Our conversation
I was
like,
talking to him. I never said like. I think I just threw it out like, hey, one day we. Oh, I was talking about like maybe
no,
being
no,
like.
no, hold on. When I'm talking about something different, let's just change the subject really quick.
Yeah.
What we're talking about right now is a caffeine and green rap. We're gonna be trying to do that just because the
We
beat's
are.
so dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause he
we want to
fucking made
make
a
it.
sick
We want to make
beat.
a song to it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We will make
So
that.
I know I kind of gave it away, but anyways, like the beat's so
No,
dope.
no, I think you're good.
It's super fresh, and I'm stoked to
Hold on.
like rip
I-
on it because I go
dude.
back and listen to that beat and I was like, fuck, this is so
Hold
fresh.
up.
It's wide open for a rap too. So
Dude,
hold up.
you guys do a little plug real quick. I have to pee so bad.
Hey, yo, this is Sis Flow,
and this is Sean C.
and we're
Flowmads.
Flowmads. You're listening to Caffeine and Green.
Yeah. And you know what?
What?
You know what kind of shit we're bringing? It's that strange shit. It goes like this: supercalifragilisticexpialidocious dope shit.
Yeah.
And yo, Cisco,
Yeah.
how you feeling, brother?
Oh man, I'm crashing now from the coffee. That was a good one though. I'm
The
ready to
coffee
go take
slows you
I'm ready
back,
to take
huh?
a nap. I think
Yeah.
I might try and link up with my boy Andrew Trainer after this and maybe just watch some Avengers and blaze a bowl or something.
There you go, dude.
Bro.
We gonna get after it.
Yeah, he's thinking about going to Portland, Oregon tomorrow.
Nice.
Like I think our boy Josh Manger is gonna be up there. I want to go to Oregon early, dude.
You're going to Oregon tomorrow?
No, I would. That'd be great.
Wait, we're going to Oregon.
I know, but that's why I'd want to go is to book a whole bunch of venues in between now and then.
Bend. We'll go up to Bend, dude. That's where we're going.
Black Butte.
So that's the plug, dude. We should make him start this podcast with that part. Yo, this is Sis Flow. This is Sean C.
It'll be a plug.
It is a plug.
Yeah.
Yo, caffeine and green. Get it.
Caffeine and Green, you're listening to Caffeine and Green. You are listening to Caffeine and Green, and we hope you're ready to wake the fuck up. Yeah, that was kind of weird, but that was cool.
All right.
I like
Yo.
it. It's like a constant, just like.
So now that he's not
stand-up
here, we're gonna
comedy
say all the dopest shit ever.
freestyle.
Oh, he's back. He's back. He's back. He's back. He's back. Don't tell him.
Do you like
What did I
to
miss?
miss
I heard
out on
like,
dope shit?
I heard like, oh, when I was in the bathroom, what happened?
Oh, bro, you know
God
what happened?
damn it.
Just a
All the-
bunch of
all the
fucking
best parts.
Flowmatic shit.
Damn it.
All right, so what else, bro? What else would
Bad
you like
habit.
to touch up on?
Dude, I mean, honestly, I think we kind of covered it, but
Yeah.
I mean, we can just talk. About
Here's the other
whatever.
shit. If you guys want to support us,
Yes.
we got some dope threads coming, and we
have
appreciate that.
threads?
Yeah, we got threads coming. So if you guys want to get some of our gear, come to our shows. Hit us up. We got it. Even works.
Galactic
And
jellies.
I've always
I love it.
prided myself on bringing really dope quality threads and stuff rather than just kind of like a lot of times people bring some kind of generic looking shit with their name and everybody supports anyways because big ups to them, all the fans.
Yeah, but this
But I
stuff's
like
gonna
to
be
bring
dope.
really
It's gonna
nice
be-
shit that you
you're gonna
really
wanna
wanna wear all the
sport this
time.
shit.
Okay.
So we're going to have some dope ass
Yeah.
Flowmads shit.
wait,
And that's one way that you can support us so in our mission to fucking take our music.
One of
Wait a minute.
many.
I don't know
above
how this slipped my
ways.
mind, but
You could also directly deposit a couple $100,000 in my bank.
shit. Wait. Before
Hallelujah.
that, support Caffeine and Green with a couple $100,000. That'd be tight. Then we can do this every fucking day of the week.
Caffeine has got the green.
But what I was gonna say is, what are you guys doing before the show on Thursday? Because I live in Encinitas.
Okay,
like,
Yes,
so
that's
this
can
a great
we like smoke a
question.
joint?
That's
Can
a
we
great-
like smoke
yes,
a
yes, we
blunt?
can.
Or
I
can we do
think so.
something?
Actually, tentatively, the plan
I don't know if we're
is-
necessarily allowed to put them on blast about
I'm
it,
not
'cause
gonna
they
put
don't
'em
want
on
like hundreds of
blast.
people to show up at their spot because
But
this person's an important
there
person.
may be a place where you're certainly going to be invited to come and kick it with us while we get the vibe right before the show, and that's
Oh.
in Encinitas,
Oh.
right near D Street. So
Yes.
Right near D
we're
Street.
gonna be there
I
with
live
the
right
good
by there.
homie, and this homie also is someone that you should eventually have on this podcast. They're going to
Okay.
be having a recording studio that's
Mhm.
being developed right now there, And lately, I've been able to go up and work with a couple artists up there. And just
In
be like
NC?
engineering and stuff.
Okay.
And one of those artists was just on the road with Dante. You know Dante from Waterboy, like the actor. I forget his
You
full
know,
name.
he's always
He's
in
the
the
guy
Adam
that
Sandler
goes-
movies.
yeah.
That's like
He's
the
like-
real tan dude.
He was the quarterback in Waterboy. He's
Tito
all
the guy.
like, "Oh,
Needle dick.
Yeah,
Needle
exactly.
dick.
That
Yeah,
guy.
that guy.
That one of the artists we're talking about.
H2O.
Well, he's the thing about him is that he's actually a great like musical artist too. He plays
Really?
songs. Yeah, and
he's badass.
I think he's talking to Law Records. I'm not sure if they signed him or anything like that, but I know that they might be supporting him with tours. Or I know that they're interested in his music.
Wow.
He makes great music, and yeah, man. So it's really exciting time.
Well, I have so a couple things on that real quick. So game 2 of the West Coast Finals is that night at 6:00.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely I just hit up my homie Demetrius Collins. If you're listening, Derm, shout out. But I was like, yo, come up
that's what
and
we
watch a
should
basketball
do.
game. And then I was like, yo, I legit, right before I met up with you guys, I was like, we'll go watch a basketball game, come up to Encinitas, let's grab a beer. And then I was like, let's go to my homie's hip hop show at 9:00.
Right.
So if I hang out at this person's house with you guys, I'd have like 2 other people, which would be my wife
That's
and
fine.
Demetrius.
That's fine. And you know everything would
Alright,
work out
sick,
too. That'd be
sick.
perfect, just because the game starts at 6. It'll be over before 9 when the show
Exactly.
starts. You know, so that's like perfect.
Yeah,
Dude,
we
and
can
I
get
want
in
to come
there.
and see. Dude, I fucking. I
So
swear
we're
to
coming
God,
to kick
bro.
it in your hood. We're
Dude,
gonna bring the
yes,
vibe.
yes,
We're gonna
yes,
throw
yes,
down.
yes. Dude, no,
So
no.
everybody,
I'm
like,
so
if you really want to
excited,
get down
bro.
on the good vibes,
Good
it's gonna come through May
time.
16th.
If you're looking
First Street
to have
Bar.
a good
Bro.
time, May 16th,
I
First
legit
Street
could just
Bar.
show you my fucking phone right now. I blocked off when I found out that the 16th was the day you guys were playing at First Street in Encinitas. I was all.
All
I'm
day.
not doing
All
anything
day.
on
Yeah,
Thursday. I'm coming home after work, and then I have like 4 hours to pack for
Right.
Europe, and then I'm like, yo, actually, it's probably gonna be more like 3 hours because I'm gonna watch a basketball game.
Right.
But I'm like, dude, ain't
Pack
shit
early, dude.
going
Pack the
down
day before
on
that.
Thursday.
Start packing
Ain't
day
shit
before.
going down
And you
because
know-
Flowmads is all day Thursday.
And you know what's key about that? What you said right there is that you planned it out and you put it in your calendar. So that's another thing for all the artists listening out there. If you want just a quick tip, is that when you're promoting shows and all that, make sure you promote that stuff ahead of time, because nowadays people need like weeks in advance, you know, to know that they got to come and support you before you could announce it the day of or a couple days
Yeah,
before.
no,
But
fuck
now it
that.
doesn't work like that anymore. You
Bro,
know?
I got
So-
shit to do. So knowing
that
that,
was a
2
good
weeks in
move.
advance, or like even 3 weeks when you guys put
For
it out, I
sure,
was
for
like,
sure.
May 16th, we leave on the 18th. Oh shit,
Right.
I need a.
And we're
I'm
trying
there.
to put like promote that stuff even more ahead of time than that, you know. So hopefully, like, if we can hook up with booking management or whatever, we'll be able to organize that stuff a little bit
Is
more.
Jess coming?
You know, yeah, I think wifey will be there. But one more thing I wanted to talk about before I forget is that you keep on talking about galactic jellies, you know, and how
Yeah.
it's funny because that's kind of one of the things we thought about. But when we're talking about the merch and putting like our logo on there and everything and how it kind of looks like a galactic jelly, I want to give a shout out to Elise really quick, because she helped us come up with our logo. And that's the thing, is that when you look at our logo, you kind of think of like a jellyfish, but you also think of like a UFO.
Kinda
but then
like a
you also
UFO.
think of like mushrooms too, because it looks like a big old mushroom,
I'm about
bro.
mushrooms.
Yeah. You know, they're delicious.
They are super.
So like when you
delicious.
look at our thing, it's like
And nutritious.
it's sick, and it looks like all these other things, you know. But like I
Reals.
want to give a shout out to her, you know, for helping us with
So
the
this
logo.
is our friend Elise, and she's an amazing designer, and she has a lifestyle surf and beach brand called EXO.
XO,
EKZO.
Yes.
It comes from
EKZO,
Mhm.
EXO. Okay.
EXO. Kind of stems from the word exotic, and her brand is sick as fuck because they basically make everything. All the products are always 100% naturally sourced, so they don't have any synthetics in any of the products.
Tight,
It's crazy.
tight.
And they're really dope. She's such a good designer and has such a good eye, and they're just growing organically right now. And they source stuff from the craziest parts of the world, where she's making connections and she's supporting these people in like Africa and other places where the textiles come from. So it's really dope, and we are so stoked that she's like
Yeah.
someone that we could turn to and be like, yo, we just need your help to make this like logo come to life really quick right now, because we know what we're about. And then she was like, cool, let's do it. Down.
We'll be
Done.
thankful for her
Sick.
help.
And
you know.
so shout out to Elise. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
And her man
go check
Pat,
out
too.
EXO.
Oh yeah, go check out EXO for
It's just
sure.
it's at exo.co on Instagram. It's probably your best way to find them, or at exo.co on the intranets.
And her man Pat too actually took a bunch of really rad photos for us, whether they were for promotion or whatever. So big shout out to Pat and our friend Stefan too. He's helped us out with photos. You know, just everybody who's been helping out the Flowmads. I'm really pumped with some of the shows we got coming up. And the 16th, you know, the first and foremost is what we're focused on. We can't wait to play for you, bro.
Yeah,
I'm
Dude,
super excited.
I
Flowmads.
cannot
are
fucking
hyped.
wait. I cannot fucking
Dude,
wait.
we're stoked to be building family because the Flowmads is a family and collective thing. It's like it's a project where we're not about us, man. We're about everybody else being a part of something bigger and trying to do something like helpful
Yeah.
in the world. You know what I mean? Even if it's just helping you for 45 minutes to forget your troubles, right?
There you go.
And to be a part of a good vibration.
Well,
Don't
that's
get me
why we're
wrong,
doing
though,
the
too.
show, bro.
Exactly.
That's
And-
why we're doing the show, because Caffeine and Green is not about me.
Mhm.
It's about the people
Mhm.
that I have on the show. It's giving y'all a platform to fucking get your voices out there, to fucking be
Exactly.
like, yo, this is the Flowmads.
And
We're here.
pumped. We're so thankful
Yo,
for that,
bro.
Kano,
Give me
bro.
some.
You know,
Fuck
also
yeah.
too, like the other day, I got to meet Magic Johnson, and I was
Shut
talking
the
with
fuck
him.
up.
Yeah,
No, you
shout
were
out,
not.
shout out to Kitty Tiora. She
You met
actually
Magic
hooked me
Johnson.
up. Yeah. She was arranging an event, and she was having him over as a guest speaker to kind of motivate the troops, you know. So I got a chance to kind of like just shake his hand and talk story with him about Hawaii and stuff like that. And he was, and I got to see his speech after. And when he was giving his speech, he said something that really stuck to me, which was, just because you're doing well doesn't mean you can do well and do good, is what he said. And I think that that's just so sick, because when you start to master something, or you start attracting wealth, you know, and you get all these things you want, I think just because you get that stuff, that doesn't mean that you can't give back. You know, it's always good, like once you receive, to always like give back, and you can always do stuff, you know. So we're interested also in not just giving back through our music, but just doing other stuff as well, you know.
Sick.
Whether it's like picking trash up at the beach, or like trying to give our time to other things, because, you know, there's a lot of different ways of service, I think, or ways you can help out with service for your community and all that. And I
Fuck
think
yeah.
like that's what we're really interested in. As
Dude,
well.
that's what I did the other day. I was talking to Eric, the owner of Seven Seas, and it was funny. One of our employees here, one of our baristas, said, "Kano, you know, there's a bunch of sample roasting cups over there full of coffee. Are you gonna like move those, because they're starting to get cluttered?" And I was like, "You know what? You're right. You're right, Leov. Shout out Leov if you're listening."
Yeah.
And I said, "You know what? I'm gonna put it all together." And when it came down to it, I had 3 pounds of sample roasted coffee that wasn't going anywhere, that we were definitely not going to use. So I talked to the owner. I said, "Hey, man, we're not going to use this." He's like, "Are you sure we're not going to use it?" 100% sure we're not going to use this. So I went on my computer. I found a local shelter. I fucking bagged up that coffee. I went over to the shelter, and I called ahead of time, said, "Hey, can I donate some coffee?" And they said, "Yeah, no problem." So I said, "All right, cool." I went over there. I walked in. There's, you know, an unfortunate gentleman. I don't want to say an unfortunate gentleman, but a gentleman in an unfortunate situation. He had to be. He was being. I don't know how you say it. He was basically inputting himself into that area. I don't know how you say it. He was registering, if you will.
Oh, okay.
And I fucking can't think of the word right now. But either way, he admitted himself. He was admitting himself into the shelter for some help.
Okay.
And I walked up, and the guy was all, "Are you donating that coffee?" And I was like, "Yeah." He said, "Oh, so nice." I said, "Thanks, bro." I said, "Yeah, you'll be drinking it, like whatever you need." And then I walked up to the front, and I seen the dude at the front, and I said, "Hey, man, I called ahead of time. I want to bring this coffee over." And he said, "Do you need a receipt? Do you need any tax write-off type shit?" And I was like, "Nah, bro. Why? This is a gift."
Well, I mean, like,
You
also
know,
too, like, it just because you're getting a tax write-off, that doesn't make it
I don't
any
give a
less.
fuck about no tax
I know, but it
write-off.
doesn't
That
make it
it-
any less of like not
That
doing
just
a good
says
thing.
more of you. If
That's
that's
just like
bro,
more help.
this
you know,
is
it's
because
like,
I know we're not going to use this, and I
Mhm.
know even my shitty sample
You don't
roasted
want it to
coffee
go to waste.
is not going
Yeah.
to go to waste, and it's going to be better than with the shit that they're drinking. So, and I know they give coffee in the morning at the breakfasts
yeah.
and stuff. So I just said, "Nah, bro. Like, I don't need no receipts. This is for you guys. This is for you just to do it." And he said, "Oh, bro, thank you." And no problem, bro. It's a gift. please use this, because don't let it go to
Right.
waste, right?
You know what's funny too is that it's funny how sometimes those little details they end up like kind of taking away from everything. Where it's just like even when like you're donating clothes, right? It's like they offer you that receipt. It's just like, no, here, this is for you guys. You know, just don't worry about trying to make anything like official. You know,
I don't need, because I'm not gonna use no tax write off of donating shit, bro.
But on the
just
on the
give it to
other
other
hand, though, too,
people.
I understand that makes sense. But I think the whole focus, so like what you're talking about, is that you saw something that you guys weren't going to use and you gave it to other people who are going to use, and I think that's great.
It's all about, you got to donate, bro. You got to make sure that
Don't
everybody's
hate, donate.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't
Make
hate,
sure.
donate. Where the Oakland A's going to? I say
Shut the
Vegas.
fuck up.
Vegas,
so
Vegas,
lame.
Vegas.
We were on
I'm
such a
just
good trip until you
Playing.
just said that right
Better
now.
the flow, we're
Either
just
way,
playing.
So
all right,
I'm
we're at an
slaying.
hour 14.
The
Where,
land.
tell the people where they can
Talking
find you.
full
Let's
an
talk about
hour.
the future shows. Let's talk
Oh
about.
my lord,
So
the
check
future
it out.
shows.
This
Should
is
I bring
it.
up the flyer, bro?
Bring up the flyer.
Well, we got a bunch of future shows coming up.
I'm gonna post the flyer tomorrow too. I'm gonna post a flyer when I promote all this.
There's a bunch of future shows that we are
He's gonna
visualizing
post
too, and we're
it.
gonna make real. But
Yeah, man.
Flowmads,
Also,
you can
like,
find us on like the best place that we post a lot of stuff is on Instagram. It's our main platform. So at the Flowmads, it's
all
spelled
one word.
FLOWMADS because we got the flow.
or you can go to
And
flowmads.net.
you can go
That's
to
our website.
flowmads.net, and that's a great way to keep up with us. We have a newsletter, so you can always subscribe on the website too to our newsletter, and it will tell you all the dope shit that we're working on.
Sick.
Give you links to the sick videos that we're making and the music that we're dropping.
We just had a show at Moonshine Beach, which is POW, and this Thursday on the 16th, we got First Street Bar.
And it's Encinitas.
Yeah, and then the next day on the 17th, back-to-back shows, but we're playing in Ventura at Discovery Ventura with Leilani Wolfgram.
Shout outs.
And
She's
I
shout
believe
outs.
Aloha Radio as well. And then
Mhm,
on June 8th, we're playing at Tom Tom's in Talent, Oregon with the Roomy Depth. And then I think we're going to be playing Baker Palooza on the 24th.
It's this
of
cool. It's
June.
this cool party for industry peeps. We got this boat party in Mission Bay where
Yeah.
you can come
Mission
rage
Bay.
and hear
Yeah.
some good music. Shout outs to my homie Wes Maharas. He is a dope musician.
Yeah, Wes is going to
And
be
he
killing
is
it.
he's actually got a show coming up at Winston's in the next like 5 days, I think I just saw. So
Oh, and that's where we have another show.
go check out the
we got a
homie.
show at Winston's as well, but that's going to be in early August.
Okay.
August 1st.
Yeah.
So you got summer covered.
We got summer
Well,
pretty
I mean,
good.
like, we got some shows.
We're adding
we're
shows.
trying to film those days,
We're
but that's
adding
another
shows.
way too. Like that we would like some help. You know, if there's any people out there that know like promoters or anybody affiliated with festivals or throwing festivals, or if you're that person actually throwing the festivals, Flowmads would love to play that. We're trying to get our foot in the door when it comes to the festival scene. You know, we're ready. We can play half an hour, 45 minutes, an hour, whatever you guys need. You know, and we're festival battle tested too. We're battle tested. So
What about Kush Stock? I have the homie Shuriken who does the skate
that's
stuff
what I'm saying.
for
Is
Kush
that if
Stock.
you know
Yeah, we're
Kush
in
Stock,
there,
tell
yeah.
him, be like, hey, dude, I got the Flowmads. When
We'll bring
where
the
can you
heavy
fit him in the
stuff.
bill, and we're ready.
Well, it just passed because it's on 420.
Oh, you son of a gun! Why
But
are you
I'm
talking
just saying
about
for
Kush
next year.
Stock,
Yeah, next year,
man?
dude, get us in there.
All right.
yeah,
we-
you're
we're
in
Let me see
starting.
if I can. Let me see if I can connect you guys.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we love it,
Yeah.
dude, and we're at that point where actually, like we're ready to answer the call, and
Prepare.
for the most part, when we come through, people are like, "How the fuck did we not know about you guys?" And we're like, "Yo, because we've been putting in work, staying in the shadows until the time for us to strike, and the time is ripe.
To
So it's right
emerge.
now."
You know,
Um,
Coach always said it's better to be prepared than good, you know? So the idea is that you get all your bangers ready, you get everything ready to go, and when it's go time, you go. Because once you're going, like, you can't stop to wait for something. Like, everybody needs stuff right away, and they want you to go. Like, for example, we're at the Moonshine Beach, and they have this sick, like, screen in the
Huge
background.
LED
huge
screen in
projection,
the
and we weren't
back, right?
expecting that.
They're
And
like, "Yo,
right during sound check, the guy is like, hey, you guys got any graphics?
you got any
can put
high
on
def
there?"
graphics?"
You
I was
know?
like,
Yeah.
If
"Let
we
me
don't
throw
have
you the
graphics,
folder," and they just
right. So
went
for another
ham,
artist
and they
that doesn't
dropped
have
us.
those graphics, they end up just having a normal set. Maybe they put
Moonshine
something
Beach
else
on
up
the
there
back.
or whatever. But when you're
Sick.
prepared and you got your graphic, they put it up there. They put all this like fire and other stuff behind there, different stuff for different songs.
Galactic
And you
jellies.
look-
we didn't
you
even know they
look
were
like
doing it, and people
a
were like,
professional.
"Yo, your visuals were off the chain," and we're like, oh, "Fuck yeah!"
And that is what
It's
being
another
a professional
element,
is,
you know?
just being prepared. So it's like also when we're doing shows with other artists, if they're going to bring us on their set to spit during one of their songs, we're ready. We got everything in our bag, in
Yeah.
our mind, like ready to
Mhm.
get in there.
And that's
go,
something that we
you
done. Like I
know?
got to go. Shout outs to my homie Stoic, dope ass DJ.
Oh, yeah,
Um,
Kevin.
I love him a lot, and he took me out. The homies took me out to do Bug Out, Camp Out, which was a little festival, and we got to play a sunrise set, and it was just so sick that I got to spit over a couple tracks just in the desert. But it's something we wanted to do, and we're actually at that point where it's like, dude, yeah, we're the Flowmads, we can come through and spit some live action on some tracks for DJs and give you that live element. And in truth, that's gonna happen a lot more, I think, coming up soon, where it's just like, yo, Flowmads come in. I don't know if you ever seen the group, the Thievery Corporation, but sometimes they bring through like their rappers, Mr. Lift. They bring a couple other rappers.
I know Mr. Lift. I know Mr. Lift.
You know Mr. Lift.
I know
Of
Mr.
course
Lift
you
for
must have
sure.
Lift, right?
Come
And
on
Mr. Lift also raps on some stuff with the Polish Ambassador, and that's the whole thing. It's like when you become part of the big family of music, it's like, yo, we're gonna have the set. Guess what? We got the guests, and then you got the people coming through, throwing live action, throwing dope raps, and people appreciate that because not only are you bringing new cool, amazing lyricism and stuff to the table, you're bringing your vibe, because you actually bring your energy when you're doing it live over those speakers rather than just a recording. But the recording's kind of got that
also
too.
Like I kind of personally think it's also kind of like a test sometimes. Like when those guys do that, artists, it's like, oh yeah, I want to bring up my good friend, but really they're like, hey Sisflo, I'm calling you the fuck out. Are you really an MC? Let's see you get up here and spit 16, you fake ass motherfucker. And I'm just all like,
I seriously don't think I've ever met
so then I
anybody
get
who's
up
ever
there
done that.
and I slay it, and then you earn respect that way too, where it's like not only like, oh, like he's talented and he's dependable. It's just all like, no, he's ready,
And I slay
like
it.
there's lots of times like when that happens and guys turn it down and they're missing a huge opportunity. You got at this level, you got to think of yourself as a business, and anytime you can promote yourself or showcase yourself, you got to fucking grab that by the balls and get on there. But don't get me wrong, still sometimes I'm like, nah, because it's like with anything else in life, you got to pick and choose. Like timing is everything, so there is sometimes when the spotlight should be just on my one homie who's doing his thing. Be like, no, this is your time. But there's other times when preparation, right, and practice goes down, when it's like, fuck yeah, I'd like to bring up my boy Sisflo. I go up there and I smash it, and then I go home and I take a nap.
I go up and I smash it.
Yeah, slay that fucker. Like Arya Stark. Slay
Arya Stark?
Yeah.
Who's that?
What the? All right, please forgive him, anybody who's listening. All right, no spoiler alerts here.
I don't even know what that is. What is that?
Spoiler alert.
Is that Iron Man?
G-O-T. You listening to me. G-O-T. You're listening to me. G-O-T.
You're listening to it.
You're listening to
You got
You're listening to Game of Thrones, motherfucker, where you at?
Christ.
Game of Thrones, motherfucker, where you at?
All right,
Game
we're
of
gonna
Thrones,
end it there.
motherfucker, I
I'm
rap.
over it.
Game of Thrones, motherfucker, with a rap.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the
What
Swisher
up with
rap.
that Starbucks cup
thanks
in
for
their
having us.
thing, bro?
Thanks for having us, Kono.
Yes.
Yeah,
We're the
dude.
Flowmads.
Yeah.
Wait, real quick.
We got Mad Styles.
May 16th, Encinitas, California.
First
That's
Street
North
Bar.
County, San Diego. For all you
Yeah.
people around the world who are listening, if you can get your ass on an international flight,
Get
get here.
Also,
That's what it is.
And if you
next
can't,
day,
Next day, Ventura.
Ventura, Discovery Ventura with
All
none
right.
other than Leilani Wolfgram
Leilani Wolfram.
and Aloha Radio. So if you guys are down with that reggae
Yeah.
vibe, we're going to bring it. They're going to bring it. It's going to be dope. Please be
All
there.
right.
yeah,
Dude,
shout
put
out to all
the word out. I want to
boys.
talk to Leilani and I want to talk to Andrew Ackley. Let's
Yeah,
get them on the
yeah,
show, bro.
definitely.
Let's get some vibes
And
out there.
also, besides those shows, if you're gonna probably maybe miss out, because I don't know if you're gonna see this podcast 2 days from now or 2
No,
months
it's
from
coming
now,
out
2
tomorrow.
years from now.
It's coming out tomorrow.
But just make sure you go to Spotify and check out the music, okay? I know the catalog's small
Yes.
right now, but it's building up, and we got some really cool stuff coming out here
Yeah.
real soon,
The truth is, we got mad catalog, and we are just catching up on getting that stuff to the top quality, and then we can release it to you guys. You know what I mean? But we bring a bunch of variety in the live set. It's stupid. We've had like hour-long set for a long time.
Like, you
where
ever
it's
seen
just
those
like,
Crayola crayons, bro? You see how many colors are in some of those packs, bro?
Well, if you get the super pack for
The
sure.
variety super pack,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
Like, take that, bruh, and chop it into like. Oh, actually, never mind, bro. I think we're. Yeah, okay.
yeah,
we're
like
probably-
at
yeah.
least
What
like
in
this,
the
at least the
fuck?
64
No,
colors.
I think
Yeah,
we're
we
at
got.
least like.
Anyways,
I'd
we got
say,
tons of
like,
dope new music coming
112
your way.
different colors.
So we would love you guys to come follow us on Spotify. That's our main platform, and then you'll be able to get on all of our tracks when they come out. Release radar. We're dropping shit every month for you guys.
Yep.
We're dropping new videos all the time
Yep.
too, because I like to bring that visual aspect where you can not only just nerd out on the beat, you can nerd out on the cool stuff that we're doing for anybody that's all about that green. green. It's fun watching
And if
shit.
you like the track of the intro track of the podcast and the outro track of the podcast, my man Sean C made the beat.
Yeah.
He's been on the podcast before, so the Flowmads.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yo, they're all over this shit. If you are listening
Yeah.
to this around the world, listen to the Flowmads.
Who's getting the last word? Aloha.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Peace. Thank you.
Peace.